Hey everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints Discord, your one and only, I guess, pre-show to Laughing Scoundrel podcast. I don't know.
Whatever it is. Hi guys.
Yeah. Sister show, brother show, cousin show.
Pinky boot show, whatever.
This is all because Jables is limp-dicked and can't make a fucking decision.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not that I can't make a decision. I just don't know what sounds right. I got so used to saying the other thing beforehand. So it's like when you stop calling your stepdad or by their name, you start calling them dad. It's weird.
We're just a show.
Yeah.
Yep. And Twitch is currently making me solve fucking puzzles.
Huh?
So that I can
Tetris?
log in.
Oh.
No, I have to do math.
Oh.
Yeah, they do that
There.
because a fucking bot will fuck it up or get it right pretty fucking fast.
Yeah,
whereas
no,
a person-
they have a bunch of sets of dice, and you click the dice that add up to this number. Oh, okay.
Ah.
Which is a very low opinion of its user base.
Well, it's fun. Like a bot will fuck that up, but come on, Twitch. I log in under 2 accounts, my own and the show account. Calm down.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I felt really bad last week because I'm like, fuck, the 30 days is up. Rimshee has to give me a confirmation number so I can actually log into the account. Fuck.
You damn digit.
It's not my fault, it's Twitch's fault. And it's Rimshee's fault for setting up the security.
Yeah, blame everybody but yourself.
Well, it is everyone's fault, including himself.
No,
I have
none,
nothing to
none
do
of,
with this.
None of that is my fault.
It's all your fault.
No, I I'm trying to log into the account so I can produce the show. Because you're off doing something dumb. And
I don't know. The birth of my son and spending time with my wife who nearly bled out on the operating table.
You're still
you didn't have to be.
Come on, man.
You didn't have to be there for that. You should have been sitting at home smoking a cigar.
I mean,
Which
Jesus
reminds me, I
Christ,
gotta hand
move
out
on.
cigars still.
Yeah. You know my address.
I have 20 cigars to hand out.
If I had
Do you
one,
even
I'd
know
smoke one
that
with
many
you on
people?
stream right now.
I was gonna give some of them to people at work.
Oh, lame.
Hey,
They've been
sweetheart,
told that
Twitch is giving you plenty of hugs. Primarily from Cats and Lady. She appreciates you, Cats. You're her favorite.
Oh.
Oh,
You know-
favoritism.
Miss Rimshee keeps saying people are her favorite. I don't think any of it's true. It's kind of like telling all your
You're
kids
right,
that
I'm the
they're
one
your
telling
favorite.
people that they're her favorite.
Yeah.
The birth? That depends. From the moment of conception, about 8 months. But from the moment that labor technically actually started, that was 3 a.m. and my son was born at 8:40. If you want to go from the moment that they started the C-section, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Is
So
Boop
wait,
came right
so
out of there.
your kid, like me, wasn't actually birthed, just removed.
McDuff, untimely ripped from his mother's womb.
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, my wife was
evicting
making
a
the
tenant.
same joke.
I was literally gonna say that I was late, so it was like I got evicted from my mom.
I was late too. Like, I ended up being like 2 weeks late, and my mom was in labor with me for like 23 hours.
Yeah, I was about a week and a half, 2 weeks late. So was my sister.
Yeah, I
Um,
was.
My son was about a month early, so yeah. But that has to do with a medical thing that happened that's kind of on the rare side, like a 1 in 200 chance or something like that.
I was thoroughly planned.
But according to my mother, eventually this doctor came in. She said this dude had huge biceps on him, and this man physically pulled me out.
Yeah.
So I was literally dragged into this world kicking and screaming.
I really like the way that my family was kind of like on the poverty line. I was born when my parents were still in high school. They weren't after I was born. Then they proceeded to have my brother John like a year and a half later. Then my brother Rick a year after that. Then my sister Lauren 2 years after that. And every one of us at some point asked our parents, was I planned? What was the like was I an accident and you just accepted it? So the answer I got for me was you were planned, you just didn't arrive on schedule. Mom and dad always wanted to have a kid since they like hooked up as like high school sweethearts or whatever. They were kind of thinking college first. That did not happen. Then Lauren was the second person to ask, and they said yes, absolutely. We always wanted a boy and a girl. And then my two brothers in the middle, John and Rick, asked, and my dad looks them deadpan in the face and goes, "We always wanted two kids, a boy and a girl."
You fucked it up.
My dad flat out said to John's face at Thanksgiving dinner like 10 years ago, fucking, we only had you and Rick because we were trying to get to Lauren.
Yeah, my dad drunk one night divulged that I was a mistake.
Mm.
Yeah, that was.
It's a great story though. Like every time after that incident happened, he'd always turn to me and say, "You know, you were planned." Eventually, I started saying right back, "Yeah, but plans can be mistakes too."
Yeah.
Just look at Market Garden.
Yeah, like I planned on doing this show. Huge mistake. Yeah, I know for sure I was planned because I have 2 older sisters and they wanted a little brother, so they asked my parents to get a little brother.
Yeah.
And then even my birthday was planned because I was a C-section because not my oldest sister, but my older sister was a C-section because she was just not turning around. And so once you have a C-section, you pretty much just do C-sections after that.
That's not true. That's actually not true. There was a couple.
Pretty much. I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying pretty much.
Because
a scar can tear back open.
Okay. Yeah, there's a chance that you'll end up having another C-section, but it's perfectly possible to have a vaginal birth. Like a couple at the hospital that had their kid around the same time as us had a natural vaginal birth, but they had a C-section the first time.
Myself and both of my brothers were C-sections because we were fucking gigantic inside my tiny mom who was barely 5 feet.
Well, you were hanging out too long.
Yeah, Lauren was a natural, not like a natural birth, but Lauren came out au naturel, as you do.
I don't do. Maybe some people do.
I don't fucking know. But Lauren is like my mom. She's fucking tiny, and when she was born, she was like the size of not even the size of a football, like a little kid's Nerf football.
Yeah, my son is 18 inches long. And when he was born, he was
is that just
5 pounds.
I am uncomfortable with the tone of this conversation.
No, my son is not a tripod.
Yeah.
I continue to be uncomfortable with the tone of this conversation.
Whatever. If you can't joke about kids' dicks, then...
Larry, hello, Kimmy. Welcome to the show.
Always found it so fucking weird when fucking like grown-ups like talk about their kids and they're like, oh yeah, my kid was born with 3 legs, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, my kid's a shower, not a grower.
Jesus fucking Christ.
How big are his balls?
He's got tomato balls.
Tomato balls. That's impressive.
Look at the cojones on this kid here.
This is suffering.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know where the line is, where it's like, to me it's all inappropriate, but...
Well, there's a huge difference between, I'm talking about this, about my kid, because it's come up in conversation, versus, hey, I'm talking about this about a kid because it gets me off.
Yeah, we're not specifically talking about his kid. We're just making jokes about baby dicks in general.
I want to address chat real quick. Cats, don't hand me that shit. I typed Kimmy's name out enthusiastically, but I actually said your name when I saw you come in. So, ha!
Yeah, Larry, there's a baby. He was born last Friday, which is why I wasn't here.
Yeah, Larry wasn't
You
Larry
weren't here
wasn't around
either.
last week either. So
Congratulations, Larry! You get to learn for the first time that I had a kid on Friday.
Yeah, and
Wow.
you too can go through the emotional trauma of realizing that some poor woman lowered her standards enough to mate with Rimshee.
actually, I've met Rimshee in person, and he's a really good dude. She's actually dating.
Don't you fucking soften up on this just because he had a fucking little human.
Oh no! Here's my favorite part about before the show. Addie's poking fun at me. Addie's poking fun at me, and I'm just like, yeah. I wasn't here because my kid almost was born and my wife almost died. But apparently my mic cut out the almost, so she heard, and my wife died.
Maybe I got quiet for a minute, and maybe I almost cried, and maybe I kind of felt like I had a heart inside this vacuous cavern of my chest. Yeah, all right.
You're the fucking victim here.
Hold on.
You got me caught in 480p.
I'm pretty sure I heard the almost last week. Pretty sure, Addie, you were just high.
I honestly don't remember much of last week. Was I there for the whole show?
Yeah.
All right. Is it TOS to talk about an experience like that?
No, you're talking about a personal experience. You're not advertising people should do the same thing or anything like that. And it's a prescription that was provided to you. So it's
Am I do I have the floor to go into that then?
Yeah, let's talk about your experience.
Okay, so I don't know what it looked like to you guys while I was on. At the beginning I was vaguely aware that like I was a little in control and trying to make it like funny for the show. I was losing my mind with panic. That's one of the scariest, huh?
Yeah, you got too high.
That's one of the scariest experiences with prescription and or recreational use of opioids I've ever experienced in my life. So much so, and Jables, you'll probably want to strangle me for this. We flushed the rest of the bottle, some 18 pills. And I will never, ever, 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 ever accept an opioid again. I had a bad time like a decade ago when they gave me Vicodin, and I got rid of those pills. Somehow I won't go into how.
Addie, the only reason why I will be frustrated with you is because I saw you bitching about pain on Twitter.
Yeah, but 600 milligrams of ibuprofen twice a day does wonders for that.
Really
it's just
bad for the liver.
Yeah, have you
ibuprofen
seen
doesn't
me drink
affect the
vodka?
liver.
Yeah, the ibuprofen's probably a lot better.
I don't want to hear. Yeah, the only frustration, I don't want to hear you bitch about pain if you flushed all of those. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, hold on.
Gotta make that clear. Ibuprofen's main issue is potential stomach bleeding. It doesn't fuck up the liver.
Okay, wait, hold on. Jables, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that that's a meme that just came out of your mouth, and you didn't actually just victim blame me for being in pain.
It's all your fault for being a victim.
Whoa. For being in pain as opposed to giving in to my addictive personality and becoming another victim of the opioid crisis in America.
Oh, I didn't know that there was a possibility of like the whole addiction. That's
I thought we've had this chat on air before.
Yeah, but he was probably high.
Yeah, this is Jables we're talking about.
Well, about how I almost became an alcoholic last
God damn it, crap.
Everybody became an alcoholic last year.
Yeah, Larry and
does
Crap really are dueling pistols for those bands, man. Like,
Who the fuck is Kids Bop 01234567 and what did they say?
Somebody that was asking us if we want to be famous.
Yes.
It's a bot.
Yes, for all the wrong reasons.
Yep.
Also, IVF in the chat. Who the fuck are you? Why you no
What?
type?
Yeah, honestly, Addie, here's my stance on you flushing the pills.
Okay, fine.
Those fish are gonna feel awesome.
I'm more
and,
concerned about the gators that live in our New York sewers.
Yeah. Other than that, I really don't give a shit. They're
Okay.
they're yours. You can do whatever the fuck you want with them.
Yeah, well, I to continue the story. After we went off air, actually I don't remember what happened next, but at some point, I came around at like, I want to say like midnight or 1 a.m. Like I became aware that I was just like slouched down in my computer chair.
Mm-hmm.
And my leg was uncomfortably bent up to the right at a weird right angle against one of my desk legs. And I was like, ow, I'm in pain. And I think that's what brought me out of the fucking stupor I was in. And I was like, oh, also I'm hungry. So I DoorDashed a fillet of fish because I was like, you know, I'm in pain from my gums healing and all that, but I think I can eat like a mushy fish sandwich from like McDonald's, right? So I DoorDashed 2 fillet of fish sandwiches, and the fucking guy brought me someone else's order. I was too high because I'm on the second story. My apartment is 2 floors. I'm not rich. It's not a big place. It's just built into the back of the deli. So you come in our front door and there's just the kitchen, and immediately you have stairs that go up into a tiny crawl space that separates into the living room, my room, and my roommate's room. So my roommate went out to meet the guy. It's the middle of the night. He didn't like check what it was, I guess. He brought it in. I opened it up and it's the wrong order. It wasn't even like McDonald's. It was someone else's order entirely. So figuring that the guy's probably like still like only a block away, I texted him because I have it on my DoorDash to call me when you get here and I'll come out because my apartment door is kind of hard to find. So I texted him, I'm like, hey man, you gave me the wrong shit. And he was like, oh yeah, I've got a bunch of other deliveries to do. So can you just leave me a good review and
What?
say in the review that the restaurant got your order wrong or whatever. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And he's like, yeah man, I got other stuff to do, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I literally told him to go fuck himself and hung up.
Yeah, because he's fucking over you. He's fucking over the person that actually ordered that. And yeah,
but here's the thing that tipped me over the edge to dumping the oxys down the fucking toilet. I became irrationally upset about this. Like my roommate was like, dude, we live like literally 30 seconds from that McDonald's and the drive-thru's open 24 hours. I can go get you a fish sandwich. And I was like, no, I can't believe this fucking scumbag, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I started crying over a fucking fish sandwich and I lost my fucking, like, I was trying to like leave a DoorDash like review for the guy, and I was like typing in like, fuck this guy, he's a fucking piece of shit, blah 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 blah. I was just saying some nasty shit, right? And like I went to submit the review and DoorDash, like the app was having like a connection problem, so I couldn't submit the review, and then it crashed and it closed out the order, so I couldn't leave him a review anymore. And I'd lost my fucking mind and swiped my desk, and everything that was on my desk ended up on the floor, and I was screaming, I was crying, I like punched the wall, and my roommate came in and he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I just want a fucking shitty fish sandwich. Why does life have to be so fucking hard? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, dude, this shit is not good for you. You cannot take these anymore. And I was like, just get them and dump them. Just please fucking dump them. I'm having the worst night of my life right now
Also,
over a fucking McDonald's sandwich.
Also, Addie,
Yeah.
little advice. You could have just taken half of them to begin with.
It was like the third one that I've ever taken. They gave me like 20 of them. And I had taken 2 previously, but I deliberately took them within 20 minutes of going to bed because I wanted them to kick in while I was asleep, because I kept waking up because like I would sleep. I sleep on my side. I cannot sleep on my back. Like I choke on my own spit if I sleep on my back.
That's fair.
So I sleep on my side. But the problem with that is eventually, ergonomically, I guess, I get the most comfortable when I put my hand between my face and my pillow.
Yeah.
And what that does when you had a bunch of oral surgery and you have like swollen gums is it puts like the ball of your hand up into your sore gums and you wake up in excruciating pain. So I for a while the swelling was really bad for the first 2 nights. I decided, okay, I'm scared of these. I'm scared of opioids. I'm only going to take them right when I go to bed so I can sleep through the pain. And I'll probably like have come down by the time I wake up. And that happened twice. And I was like, you know what? I've never been like high on Oxy. People say it like Vicodin, I just blacked out and that scared me. Like I didn't black out. I just lost that whole day that I took.
Well, Vicodin isn't an opioid.
Well, whatever the fuck it was, it scared the shit out of me. And people said like Oxy's, you know, like a really strong opioid, and sometimes it causes like time loss and stuff in people. And I was like, okay, that's fucking scary. I only want to take it when I go to sleep. So I was like, I'm in pain because if you guys remember before the show, I was messing with an RC car and I shredded my finger in the motor. And on top of the fact that my gums were really sore and acting up, and I did really want to be on the show. So I said, hey, won't it be a funny experience just this once if I pop an Oxy while I'm awake and share that experience with our audience? Boy, was I wrong. I had a real bad time. But yeah, so I got rid of them, and I ran out of the.
I'm more concerned about why you thought I would want to choke you out over that. Like,
because you and I always joke about like recreational drug use, and I figured you'd be like, I want a fucking bottom or something as like a joke or something.
Nah, the only other joke I would make is, hey, you could have funded your surgery better if you sold them.
That was an idea I had, and that was an idea that I had, and I actually said it to my roommate because somebody I know who is not me told me once, because they're not me, about a time when they were on Vicodin and they took one pill and it scared them. So they had a friend who's not a friend that I know, who had an in with people who was interested in purchasing them purely for medical use and not for recreational use, and it wasn't me.
One doth protest too much.
Because it wasn't me, certainly didn't make about $600 off that bottle. Because it wasn't me, and but yeah, but my roommate was like, the fact that you're this scared of it, I don't think you'd be okay knowing that you put those out there for some random person to ruin their life with. And I was like, no, you're right. Even though I've totally done that in the past, which makes me a piece of shit.
No, it doesn't make you a piece of shit.
I mean, not me, this other person.
Yeah.
What's up, Torch staff? We're not talking about drugs here.
Oh. No, Twitch stuff. We totally are. We're discussing how people should not use them and the reasons why. Now, here's the reasons why you should use drugs. I'm joking.
Yeah, well, there are reasons. Like, my wife's on Oxy right now because she had her abdomen cut open.
Yeah, and like
Very
she's probably
valid.
reeling. She's reeling from so much pain that like spacey feeling is something welcome, because it's like I'm just not feeling anything right now.
Well,
Actually,
a
for
lot of
her,
times,
it just makes
a
her
lot
tired.
of times, if you're dealing with enough pain and you take a painkiller, it relieves the pain so that now you're normal. I think you took too much. My personal opinion.
I took one of what they gave me. They said take one a day if you have pain.
That's why I said you should have just taken half. Like I'm prescribed trazodone.
I used to be on that.
Yeah, it's a mood stabilizer, and it's also a bit of a tranquilizer. It's for insomnia, allegedly. It's for people that are depressed and have insomnia, because they're too sad to go to sleep. And yeah, it says take one nightly. I take a half. I'm fine. But
so here was my experience with trazodone, because it was given to me for the same reasons. And for one thing, it would always take a really long time. Like, I'd have to take it at least a couple of hours in advance before it would finally like work.
Oh.
And when it did work, I experienced time loss.
Yeah. I have a different experience. My experience with it is, if I take one, it tends to kick in about 20 to 30 minutes. And if I don't go to bed within 10 to 15 minutes after it kicks in, then I'm just high and I'm just having a good time, and I'll just be up all night.
Now, like, when I say time loss, I mean that I'd take it and I'd be in my room and I'd like be, watching a little bit of TV before bed. And the next thing I know, I'm violently bolting awake with no idea where I am or how much time has passed. And my lights and TV are still on.
Yeah, did I tell the story about what happened when that happened to me on the Vicodin like a decade ago?
I don't know.
And this happened every time I took the fucking trazodone, which is why I stopped taking it.
Yeah, back like, so this is more than a decade ago. This is like 11, 12 years ago when I first started having my teeth pulled. I was doing it out of pocket, so I didn't have a whole lot of money, so that's why it's taken this long. But I was staying with my folks at the time, and this is before I started trade school. I was down in my hometown, and a whole bunch of like shit was happening. Like, I was in between jobs, and I was depressed, and I was pretty low. And my mom was like, "Hey, why don't you just come stay up here with us for a while? Dad said it's cool." And I was like, "Okay, cool, fine." And I packed up and I went up. And some point during that, my mom found this oral surgeon that accepted Medicaid, which is all I had at the time. The only person in the area that did. And I went and I got a bunch of my teeth pulled, and they prescribed me Vicodin. And when the day of my appointment, I had pre-ordered a video game, and the pre-order dropped the same day, or or the game released the same day of my appointment. So GameStop was on the way to my appointment. So I said, hey, Mom, is it cool if we swing by GameStop and I'll pick up my pre-order on the way? And she's like, yeah, sure. Stopped, picked up the game, went in, had my teeth pulled. I don't remember the car ride home, but we obviously stopped at a drugstore to pick up my prescription. Came home. The story my mom tells me is that I took a Vicodin because she asked if I was in pain, and I said yes. She gave me a Vicodin, and I went into my room and was in there for like 48 hours. She came in to check on me a couple times. She asked if I was okay. I was just in my bed, curled up in my blankets, and I was like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm just tired. And I slept for like 2 days straight. My perspective is I woke up that morning, did my routine, took a shower. We left, went to GameStop, picked up the video game, went into the appointment, and getting knocked out with knockout gas in the fucking chair is the last thing I remember. Then I woke up what I thought was the same evening in my room. Said, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm fucking hungry. Got up, walked past my dresser where my TV and my PlayStation was, noticed the game that I had picked up was opened and in my PlayStation. So I was like, huh, weird. Went out, asked my mom what we were having for dinner. She was like, oh, you're finally awake, blah, 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 whatever. The fucking Skyrim.
Oh,
yeah, Skyrim reference. Hey. Anyway, I took the longest piss of my life, and I came back out and I was like, wait. I was like, wait, did you say I slept all of last night and today? And my mom was like, yeah. I was actually kind of worried. I'm like, and like I just started crying because I didn't know how to process it. The idea that like I've never slept I've never slept a whole day like that before, and it's impossible for me to, because of like my insomnia and my anxiety. I cannot sleep more than like 5 hours tops consecutively. It just does not happen. And then I go into my room and I load up my PlayStation, and I've got like 3 hours of progress in this game, and I don't remember any of it. And I walk back out. I'm like, Mom, where's that bottle of pills? And she's like, they're right here. I'm like, give them to so-and-so tomorrow. I want them out of my fucking life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking terrifying.
Moral of the story is drugs affect different people different.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't take your prescription Oxy, don't take your prescription Vicodin. Just, if you're like me and you're somebody who is easily addicted to things that make you feel good or make all your problems go away because you just kind of conk out, maybe don't. Try, I'm not saying look at alternative holistic medicine, but like try to find something else.
Try some creative.
Get like the strongest ibuprofen or something that you can.
Yeah. It's a... Yeah, I learned drugs affect people differently when a buddy of mine said he was totally down to take a psychedelic, and then I gave one to him, and he had a real bad trip. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to shaman for anybody anymore, and I'm not going to do...
Yeah,
I'm not going to help anybody get anything anymore. I'm fucking done with that. I know how I deal with shit, so I'm just gonna focus on that.
Yeah, I've stated in the past on this show, I think, that like I'd be down to try. Like I've never had the opportunity to, but I would try like shrooms, but I can't in any of my current friend group that does stuff like that because I know they would fuck with me.
Addie, I think you would be one of the exceptions that I would actually like go through and shaman for with shrooms.
It would have to be someone
was
that I can absolutely trust would not fuck with me. Is the thing.
Sorry, say that again.
Oh, sorry, we both went robot, I think. It would have to be someone that I could absolutely trust would not fuck around with me. Because like all of my friends that I have like offline that are like near me in my area that I live in that do stuff like shrooms, they would absolutely prank me while I'm on it. Like, and like, given the stories I just told you, that would probably end those friendships.
Yeah, here's the hardest I fuck with anybody that's doing shrooms for the first time. I will throw like a glow stick across the room and be like, "Hey, look at the tracers," and just throw a glow stick. That's as hard as I fuck with anybody. That's not a fucking with people type of situation.
Please don't fuck with me at all. I'm delicate.
Yeah. No, I'm very nice. Well, especially if it would be your first time, it would be your experience. So I'll have you guide the adventure. I'll just be the guide to make sure it goes the right way.
Yeah.
You know? If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was always kind of scared of it because like for the longest time I only had one friend that ever tried them and he was with said friend group. And this is before they also became like one of my friend groups. And he was talking about how they fucked with him. And they were watching Space Jam.
Yeah.
When you said, and he was talking about how like
the good one.
Well, this was like the late 90s, so yeah, of course. And he was talking about how like Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan came out of the TV and were arguing over who was going to take him to McDonald's. And it got really heated, and Bugs Bunny shot Michael Jordan, and he legit tried to call the police on Bugs Bunny.
Okay. Your friend took too much, for one.
And all of our friends, again, they weren't my friends at the time. All of our friends were laughing at him and feeding into it the whole time.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't there. This is him telling me about it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's there are two situations. Your friend was lying or he took way too much. And
I don't
for your first time.
Yeah.
For your first time,
I trust him he wouldn't make that up. He's not that kind of like he's super chill and he's not that kind of guy.
Yeah, but memories are dumb and can be falsified by your own brain. So especially if you take psychedelics. What I would recommend to anybody that is taking shrooms for the first time, Ari Shafir,
great guy.
Yeah, Shroomfest is actually this weekend. I'm not saying you have to do shrooms or anything like that, but he sets out like a whole primer for first timers and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would never want to do them alone.
That being said, for legal reasons, we do not condone the use of drugs.
Yeah, this is all what's the word? Fucking
educational.
Yes.
This is educational about things that are going on. If you like, we're not going to say don't do drugs, but we're also saying don't do drugs. You know what
we're being pragmatic.
You make
You're
your own
probably going to
choices.
do drugs, and we just want to make sure you do it right.
You make your own choices. We can suggest whatever we want you to do, whatever we think you should do, but it's ultimately you who's going to make your choice.
But yeah, I would never try something I've never tried before alone.
So
like
I I will also DM you this because Ari Shafir has the same philosophy as me about first-time mushroom users and stuff like that. So, yeah, he has a full primer. It's a very, very, very long thing that he wrote. Yeah, it's broken down into sections, but it's a very good primer on taking mushrooms for the first time or finding them or things like that.
Yeah, I would never try something that I've never done before by myself. And I would never try something for the first time unless it was with someone who is experienced with it.
Okay, so you would take mushrooms with me.
Yeah, probably. But honestly, I think I'm just gonna stick to vodka and very special peanut butter cookies.
Yeah. I'm only,
especially because both of those things are completely legal in my state.
Yeah, I'm only throwing that link out there because if you are thinking of doing the mushrooms, that is a very good starting point to just sort of understand what's going to happen, what to do, the kind of setting to put yourself in, that sort of shit.
But
because it can go bad if you are around people that don't understand. It's very hard to describe like psychedelic dosings to people that haven't done them. So if you get it, you get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've put our channel at risk enough on this subject. So let's maybe move on to another talking point.
Yeah,
another one that could put us under.
Sure. Yeah.
Special thanks to Kimmy Parsons for suggesting this article.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go ahead and read this?
Go for it. It's up on the screen. Or it is
All
now.
Right. Coming to us from The Guardian. OnlyFans to ban adult material after pressure from payment processors. Subscriber-only website synonymous with pornography will now focus on more mainstream content.
All right, hold on. Right off the bat, headline is false.
Yep.
That's
not correct at all.
Yeah, it wasn't pressure from payment processors. They are not allowing the adult content because of the potential pressure from payment processors. Which what I say to every company that does this sort of thing, throw up a big old fuck you and show them how much money is going through. Those payment processors take a %. So fuck you guys. You're making a shit ton of money and bring that to the table.
You're going to ruin your entire business with this decision.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
This is exactly how Patreon started.
Yeah, there's
it's fucking Tumblr all over again.
To steal a phrase coined by a fellow well, I'm a former now, but a fellow sex worker friend on Twitter. We are at the beginning of a potential mass sexodus to other less regulated sites, which will only actually put these people in potentially more danger, both financially and professionally, because the one thing that's great about OnlyFans is it gives you all the tools to self-manage. And when you move away from a platform like that, you often have, it's like, like OnlyFans does all this like pretty good, and I can work with all this. It's all in one nice, convenient place. Oh, but this other service is kind of lacking in like visibility, so I've got to hire someone who can, who's like my brand manager, and then I got to find like, they don't have like a system set up where like I can really like package the content I make and like offer it for sale directly through the app. So now I've got to get like a shady middleman and a producer.
You know what this tells me? I've only got a set number of days now that I can still pay to see Kimmy naked.
Hey,
Yeah, I was thinking it's like I might have to get on to.
Wait, Kimmy is an
OnlyFans
OnlyFans
again.
now?
What do you mean now?
Oh, I just didn't know Kimmy had an OnlyFans.
yeah, but yeah, it's like,
I've already seen her naked. I don't really give a shit. I was just
yeah,
curious.
this is a bummer too, because like one of my like I'm on like a self-improvement journey right now, like starting like with my teeth, and then after that I want to get back in shape and I want to start my physical transition. Like right now I'm in my social phase. I want to start my physical transition, and part of what was going to help feed my my self-esteem for the better was I've had a lot of, like, I would say positive pressure from people within our community saying, Addie, you should start an OnlyFans. Addie, I will subscribe if you start an OnlyFans. A, that'll get me some money. B, that's positive feedback to keep me going, you know, to be like, yes,
Well,
I am pretty, blah, 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 you know?
Addie, the thing with OnlyFans is they're not limiting like nudes and stuff.
I am aware.
They're not limiting nudes or lewds or anything like that. They're limiting like showing a dildo up your ass.
I am aware. However, the way that this is throwing up a middle finger to the sex workers that made that platform, I refuse to sign up now out of principle.
Yeah, and
as a former sex worker myself, I refuse to side with a company that is throwing the user base that made them billionaires under the bus.
Yeah, I'm in contact with a few sex workers that have to leave OnlyFans now. I'll let you know where they get. Well, you'll probably know before I do where they end up. I'm not like everybody that's leaving OnlyFans, they're all communicating together to move to one place.
Yeah,
so
and
they're trying to find the best service.
Yeah, I'm in the loop in so much that I have friends who have OnlyFans who are leaving OnlyFans, but I'm not in the circle of the user base of OnlyFans. So I'm not like inquiring where everyone's going, because honestly, I don't know if I'm interested in doing it anymore. But we'll see how it plays out.
No, nobody knows where they're going yet. They also still have until October to find it.
Yeah. So. All I know is I don't know if XVids is still a thing anymore, but stay the fuck away from that.
Yeah.
That was the platform that I did all my cam girl shit on back in like 2010, 2011, and that was a real bad time.
Whenever we talk about like OnlyFans or something like that, I'm just reminded of that time I was on Nick's show and somebody randomly in the YouTube chat we were talking about OnlyFans or something, and somebody was just like, sex work is real work, and Nick and I were both just like, yeah, we never said anything to the contrary.
Yeah.
Like, how long have you been here?
Yeah.
I heard they're talking about OnlyFans, and I want to make a statement.
Yeah, I hear male voices talking about OnlyFans. They must be shitting on sex workers. Hey,
I'll shit on sex workers every day of the week.
Yeah,
but I won't shit on them for doing sex work.
Yeah. My boy Donovan has been poo-pooing on sex workers all day, but he poo-poos on everything. He's an equal opportunity jokester.
Oh, yeah.
He's had some pretty He's had some pretty funny spicy takes today.
Oh yeah. Donovan, Nick, and I have been having like a group chat going. We have something pretty interesting that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Also, I'm upset. I'm upset that Donnie was on Nick's show like a week or so ago, and no one fucking told me.
He was on last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You were high.
never mind. I was stupid high. I was on another plane of existence. Never mind.
Yeah.
I had transcended this
I-
realm.
No, I didn't transcend shit. I fucking fell into like the 9th circle of hell.
No, it was really funny. It was a good show. Go back and watch last week's Laughing Scoundrel.
I will. I
That's-
will. But yeah, Donnie's my boy. And yeah,
So
like,
is Marie.
Well, no, what was did you watch Nick's interview with Sam Talent?
nope.
Okay, so Nick did this whole interview with Sam Talent, and we were talking about Donovan and how like Nick keeps telling every comedian that goes to Chicago that Donovan should open for them, and a lot of them actually respond.
Oh,
And we're talking about how like Donovan's like this disabled kid, and Sam Talent thought that we were just picking on a crippled kid. and then he looked at Donovan's Twitter followers. And he's like, "Oh, no, he's got like 80,000 people following him. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Sorry, I thought you were just picking on a crippled kid." And
I need to find this specific tweet from like a week ago. Oh, it was so fucking good. Like, there was like this, like I don't follow like the big, like Marvel and like DC comics anymore. Like I'm into comics, but I read like not to sound up my own ass, but like I read like indie shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
And,
Marvel's gone to shit. DC's just all edge.
I was never able to get into comics just because of location. It took 45 minutes to get to a comic book store.
fucking
Driving.
Hey, crap! Thank you for subscribing.
why?
Much appreciated.
No, Mickey Ficky, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Crowd.
That one.
Ah,
Fuck you,
yes.
Crab. I changed my mind.
Yeah,
he never
Crowd,
gives
go
a
fuck
fuck.
yourself.
38 gift subs on this channel.
I found it. I found it. I fucking found it. All right. So, Donovan, because he has hot takes for everything, because he's a hot take machine. Because he likes to rile people up on Twitter, and then he goes hard on them in the fucking comments, and
I
it's
love
it's fucking gold every time. And he is a masturbator. He is a masturbator, and they take the bait every time.
Honestly, one of the funniest people I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like legit. So he he did a hot take about I guess like they made the new Robin gay or something like that in Batman or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be bisexual as well.
Again, I don't
It's gay, but all that
he
means
asked, like
is
another
that
character out on a date or something like
Yeah.
that, and then they dropped it off at the comic at that and whatever.
all that
So-
means is that he's gay, but they didn't have the guts to take it full force.
Well, no, they cut off the comic before he got an answer on taking the other person out on a date. That's at least that's what I heard. I might be wrong.
So Donovan laid the bait by taking a very conservative tone in his hot take. Like he came off like someone who's like this tweet kind of gives off the vibe that I'm one of those like chud, like anti-SJW YouTubers talking about how the LGBT agenda is ruining comic books. But he didn't explicitly say that. It's just like, I can't find the tweet he made, but like it was kind of like that. And then someone in the comments took the bait and replied word for word, replied, "It's almost like they're trying to drive away the fans that have kept them in business for decades in order to appease insane millennials that will never support their product, regardless of how much they pander to them." Now, I was typing up like a witty, I don't know, witty, that's not for me to decide, but I was typing up a response, and then I was just like, you know what, I've played this game before. This guy's a chud. It's not worth my time. And I was just like, I screenshotted the unsent tweet that I made and DM'd it to Donovan. And I was like, there's always this fucking chud, and I'm too tired, but maybe you could do something with this. And so Donovan found where is it? Fucking Donovan found a thing where that guy that left that comment was complaining because on that same day, Twitter did a layout change and everyone was bitching about it. And like, he found that guy bitching about it and copy pasted the tweet in his replies. It's almost like they're trying to drive away the fans that have kept them in business for decades in order to appease insane millennials that will never support their product, regardless of how much they pander to them. And of course, the guy blocked Donovan.
Yeah. No, Donovan's the best. I don't know him that well yet. But I hope we become friends over time.
Donovan is in my DMs on a weekly basis, being an absolute sweet boy to me. Yeah. He is like he comes off as like an edgy, abrasive dude on Twitter.
Oh man. Okay. Thank you. You just gave me more fuel for next time Donovan's on.
Oh boy. We might not be friends anymore after this.
What, Donnie? No, what, Donnie? You trying to hook up with Addie? What are you doing, Donnie?
Whoa, hey, I'm not. Addie? No, I'm not planting that fucking seed.
No, but
No, he'd be the one planting the seed.
No.
Addie, we know he'd be the one planting the seed.
Yeah, it doesn't, Addie, it doesn't fucking matter. What are you doing in my friend Addie's DMs? What are you doing in her DMs, dude, bro? What are you doing, Donnie? Huh? What's going on, man? Addie, I can 100% guarantee he will know I'm fucking around and joke.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is, Donnie, sometimes he'll like DM me one of his bits where he talks to his mom, because I've mentioned multiple times that I fucking love his mom. So like whenever he makes a bit with his mom, he like DMs it to me first before he posts it live on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "I fucking love your mom. I want to hug her so bad." To which he replied, "She would love you." I'm just. That's all I'm saying.
Addie, listen to last week's Laughing Scoundrel, because his mom did make a sudden appearance.
I will, because
a couple of times.
Yeah. Donnie's a sweet boy.
So she's sliding into Nick's DMs then?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no. Hey, yeah, Donnie.
Sliding into DMs is how you get anywhere. Like, I slid into Nick's DMs, and all of a sudden I co-host a show that gets as many views as this one.
Hey. I was only doing it for the clout.
Yeah.
None of you are my friends. I just wanted to get popular in D-list semi-political tube. Wow, that was accidental shade. That was all meant as a joke, but it really did come out as shade. I'm sorry. Fuck.
Kimmy, that's different.
Hey, Kimmy, you missed when we talked about your tits on OnlyFans.
Well, no, Kimmy never actually had an OnlyFans. That's why I was confused, because I know... Yeah, that's why I was confused, because I knew Kimmy didn't have an OnlyFans because she couldn't find her passport to actually create one.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, I think I basically articulated already what I feel about this move.
You're right, Larry. He doesn't give a fuck. He's also completely bad at life.
Yeah. No, Crab is the definition of the Twitter account horny on main.
Hmm.
Yeah, the whole OnlyFans thing, like, Patreon started the same way as OnlyFans. OnlyFans originally did start as, like, being a Patreon that allowed adult content.
Yeah.
And then now they're restricting the rules. Patreon started
Yeah.
as allowing adult content, and now they are using porn as the forefront of any sort of technology or industry, really.
Yeah. Look at home video.
That's why
there's still
it's the
plenty
reason-
of porn. There's plenty of porn still on Patreon. Their enforcement is not consistent whatsoever.
Yeah, it's the reason why VHS won over Betamax.
Yeah, because VHS would allow porn.
Yeah.
Sony was like, "No, we don't want
VHS
that
was
shit."
easier to record on than Betamax.
Yeah, but Sony also had reservations about it.
Yeah. And then Laserdisc lost out, even though it was a very good medium.
But there were very good reasons why it lost out.
Yeah, it's very expensive to produce.
Expensive to produce, difficult to properly maintain. There were a couple of good reasons.
You had to be dedicated if you had a Laserdisc collection.
My mom only had 2 movies on Laserdisc because someone gave her a Laserdisc player back in the day. And we went to they like saved up money for like a long ass time, and they decided to take me when I was like 2 or 3 to whichever Disneyland, Disney World, whichever the one down in Florida is with Epcot. And we saw Captain EO, and it apparently terrified me. I don't remember any of it. I don't get why parents waste money on taking a tiny child who has no object permanence on like an expensive vacation like Disneyland. They're not going to fucking remember it. But
yeah, I hate fucking seeing strollers in
we went to Epcot. We saw Captain EO. I pissed off all the adults because I was crying and screaming because I was scared, I guess. We left, and on the way out, they were selling Captain EO on Laserdisc. And my mom bought it for like $20, I think, back then. This is like the 80s. And then eventually got Spaceballs as well on Laserdisc. They were the only 2 movies that we had on Laserdisc. Sold Spaceballs and Captain EO together with the Laserdisc player in like the early 90s at a yard sale. Come to find out, Captain EO from Epcot Center is one of the most sought after Laserdiscs in people's collections, and the shit goes for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And my mom sold it for like $1 in like 92.
I had a Honey I Shrunk the Kids Laserdisc, and I just used it as my smasher when I played Pogs with other kids.
Awesome. That's a fucking big slammer.
Yeah. That's dumb. I'm too young for Pogs. Wait, Rimshee, is that your kid?
Yeah.
Decent meme.
Hmm.
I'm tired of his shit as well.
Nice little black baby right there.
Yeah.
Larry, Larry says Laserdiscs suck because it's still analog. Go fuck yourself.
Analog does not mean bad.
I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be that up my own ass music collector, whatever, who's like vinyl's better than everything and Laserdisc.
Yeah, there's a lot of vinyl albums that fucking suck.
Sometimes
way better on digital, but
Yeah,
there are
vinyl-
some that are great.
Vinyl
Some-
on a first play generally has higher quality audio that you can get from it than
I
you
don't
can
even
from
care.
more modern from at least back in the early 2000s from at that time modern systems. It might
none
still
of that
be
shit matters to me.
yeah, it doesn't matter to a lot of people, but to
It's-
audiophile stuff like that matters. But at the same time, you've got a needle going across that, picking up the sound. It's gonna wear out, whereas digital is replayable repeatedly at the same exact quality.
Wait, no. Hold on. I never said analog sucks. Let me read your comment exactly. Laserdisc sucks because it was still analog. I'm not even sure Laserdisc was analog.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I'll have to look at technology connections to find that one out.
So, what I was going to say is I don't give a fuck about audiophile shit. I don't care about any of that hipster bullshit. You know, like Led Zeppelin just sounds more pure on a worn-in vinyl. I don't care. I don't give a shit about any of that. It's just cool. It's just fun, and I like old shit. It's the shit I had when I was a kid. It brings back this nostalgic, warm feeling in my bosom underneath my left tit, and it makes my sad, upset, jaded adult heart feel something. And when I hear the like crackle and pop of vinyl in a good set of studio monitors, it's this warm happiness that I like. And when I have like a little like Sony like mini disc player that I loaded up with like 10 songs because it's all they could fucking hold, it's fucking cool. Like sliding the cartridge in and seeing the little mini disc like spin inside of it, and like feeling it like whirring in your hand as it plays objectively worse quality music. I just don't care. They're like cool little time capsules. Of people trying shit out.
I like the full ritual of pulling out a vinyl record. You know, you pull it off the shelf, you take it out of the sleeve, you lay it nicely, you set the speed to the right thing, and then you put the needle on very carefully. Not too close to where the song starts, but just before the song starts, so you get that little crackle. And then you start hearing some music, and then you go into it, and then you listen to a full fucking album. Nobody makes full albums anymore. They just release singles. There's not a whole flow from beginning to end for album.
Yeah, an album nowadays is purely and simply, yeah, these are all the songs we produced over the past X amount of time.
Yeah, like
Larry,
concept
we're
doesn't exist anymore.
Larry, we're not talking about your obscure shit for people producing albums. We're talking about more mainstream stuff. And a lot of albums is like, hey, here's a collection of 10 to 12 songs that we made.
Not, here's a story in music.
Yeah.
From the first song to the last.
Yeah, the second album I ever bought was a Foo Fighters album. I forget what the title was. It was a 2-disc album. The one with the buffalo.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah, I don't know music well enough.
I'm a fake music nerd, so.
Yeah, I'm a fake music nerd as well.
If it's not like East Coast punk, like between like the 70s to like the like mid 90s, chances are I don't fucking know what you're talking about unless it's mainstream shit.
I don't know. The first album I actually ever bought was Weird Al's Bad Hair Day. If you can tell what type of person I am based on that.
In your honor.
Yes. Thank you.
First album I ever bought. Album, or can a compilation count? Are we just talking like first musical?
Yeah, let's just talk about just CD that you bought.
The first CD I bought.
Or cassette.
Or record, or whatever the hell it was.
Okay, first cassette is easy. Whitesnake Slide It In single.
Nice. That's...
Yeah. It was $2 at Rhino Records. I was 10 or 11 years old. And I didn't just see the cool cover art of the albino snake wrapped around the cross or anything like that. It wasn't that. It was my dad listened to a lot of Whitesnake, and I recognized the name of the song. And I didn't have that album at home because my dad... I lived with my grandmother at the time. It's the whole thing. You guys have probably heard it 1,000 times. And my dad left his vinyl collection at my grandmother's house. So I had his old vinyls that I grew up on because they were there. And that's what I had to listen to. But I did not have that album in his collection. He had it on cassette and he would listen to it in the car. So I saw.
How did we get from
like,
sex work to music?
Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
I'm just curious how that.
OnlyFans bad. Moving on.
I didn't even read the article.
Who cares? It was bad from the start because they got the whole fucking premise wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I bought the single for Slide It In by Whitesnake on cassette. First CD I bought was for $5. I bought from my cousin Jay. He sold me a secondhand CD copy of Dookie by Green Day.
Ooh.
Yep. And that's probably the album that turned me into a bassist. Because holy shit, Mike Dirnt blew my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people forget about old Green Day before all the eyeliner.
I'm not one of those. Green Day is doing good in this era. It's like, fuck. It's hit or miss for me, but I like most of their shit. I did not like American Idiot until I listened to, like, I didn't like the individual songs. I was like, this doesn't feel like Green Day. I don't get it. And then someone told me, this is before they made like the stage play. Someone told me that it was meant as like a rock opera concept album. And then I got a copy of the album and I listened to it from start to finish, like all in one setting. And it's a play. And I was like, oh, now I get it. And I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kerplunk was great. Thank you, Nick. So was, I think their first album was called like something Smoothed Out Slappy Hours.
No, Crab, shut up.
Where is it?
But-
Green Day.
Yeah, Crab, you're fucking R-worded. I'm not gonna
What?
say it because we're on Twitch, but
What did Crab say? Story behind Rolling Stones' Let It Bleed album is pretty cool.
no. Crab said, "Is American Idiot my generation's fortunate son?" No.
Oh, no.
No.
Go
Blood Sugar
simp
Sex
on
Magic, though,
OnlyFans.
I will give you that. Blood Sugar Sex Magic is one of the best fucking albums that I ever heard when I was a kid. It was new when I was a kid. I remember that. Did that album come out at the same time that they were on The Simpsons, and they played Moe's Bar?
I really liked Blink-182's "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket."
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah, that came out when I was a freshman in high school.
Just cause, but it mostly because of the wordplay.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket came out, I think, either when I was in my last year of middle school or my freshman year of high school. Enema of the State came out when I was like a sophomore, I think. I think those albums were only like a year apart, weren't they?
Maybe. I remember when I got my hands on a copy of Enema of the State.
Yeah. Dude Ranch came out, I think.
I found out you could put it in your computer, and there's
Yes.
like a photo slideshow.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of batches lost to that.
My brother discovered sexuality with that album. I'll say that.
Yep. And now I have a minor nurse fetish.
Only a minor one?
Yeah.
Only
He's
for
not like
minors.
Barr, who's constantly dating nurses.
God damn it, Jables. I was
You
going to
should
say
have known.
I don't like us throwing around the term minor while talking about sexual themes. Makes me super uncomfortable.
What's worse, talking about minor things with when we're talking about sexual preferences, or just talking about baby parts?
It's just, I hate everything that ever just whole.
Speaking of minors,
Just wholesale. I hate everything that comes out of Rimshee's mouth all the time. Why are you here? See yourself out of my life forever.
yeah.
I love you too.
Oh, it's okay.
Addie.
I'm a bad person.
Yeah, you're not reproducing the white population
Yeah.
or whatever fucking bullshit they say.
What?
You're a Jew.
Anyway, moving on. Sir, I don't think we heard your first. What was your first music purchase? CD, tape, whatever.
I didn't buy music.
You've never paid for music?
Not that I can recall.
Ah, okay.
Did you not hear about how he just cried in his room for 10 years?
I mean, fair enough. Sometimes you get money, and sometimes you're like, I really want to buy that album. You know? Okay, fine.
In order to
So,
buy the
yeah.
album, he would have had to have leave his house.
Yeah. You guys want to know what my second music purchase ever was?
A musical dildo.
No, it was it was like 2 weeks later after I bought that Whitesnake album. We went back to Rhino Records, and I had heard R&B for the first time, like 90s R&B, and I already had, because my grandmother liked Boyz II Men, believe it or not. My 70-something-year-old British nanny, who was devoutly Catholic, liked Boyz II Men. I asked one of the people at Rhino Records. Keep in mind, I'm like 10 or 11 years old. It's like, hey, I like Boyz II Men and stuff. What music like that can you suggest to me? And I've only got like $5. So they handed me, and I purchased and immediately regretted the single for Bobby Brown's "Knockin' the Boots."
Oh, god damn it! Yeah, I understand why you regret that.
Yeah. And I never went back to that music store. At a very young age, I was like, never listen to their fucking suggestions. Holy fuck. Fuck that guy.
Well, you did ask in
Yeah.
your price range. They probably said, I don't have anything in that price range.
Yeah, I was only able to go to like some sort of music store like every 6 months. Because small town takes a long time to get to anywhere that sells anything cool.
I had a $10 weekly allowance from my incredibly loaded retired quote-unquote grandmother who took care of me. So
Yeah.
And I was just getting into music and I wanted to expand my horizons. So I was like, hey, R&B is the hot new shit. It's like 1992. What do you got?
Well, I got really lucky with music because when I was 13 or 14, MySpace was really big.
Yeah, but Bobby Brown had some fucking bangers in the early 90s. Don't get me wrong. Knocking to Boots was not one of them.
Yeah.
Why did you suggest a single about explicit sex to an 8-year-old boy? What the fuck?
Yeah, when I was 13 or 14, MySpace was really big, and MySpace music was the best fucking section. I got to explore my musical taste because every band would have 4 or 5 songs of theirs on their page, so I could listen, and then I could add them to my page even.
Yeah, but the autoplay feature whenever you went onto someone's page was fucking annoying.
It was annoying. However,
specifically the autoplay feature.
Have you seen what MySpace looks like now?
It's a dead shell of what it used to be.
I made a MySpace in like 2009, specifically because a friend of mine who was in a band asked me to make a profile and set their music to autoplay on my profile to help spread awareness. And I think like I was friends with all the members of the band, my brother, and Tom. And then I never logged in again.
Yeah.
For all I know, my profile is still up.
My MySpace was really good for music exploration. Like you could really just sort of I don't know, you just sort of browse through and you just find bands. You know, and you listen to some of their music because it's on their page. And you either take it or leave it. And it was I don't know how to describe it. It was just so fucking great. And when MySpace after Tom sold MySpace, it went to shit. Tom, buy MySpace back. Make it great again. Make MySpace great again. MMGA.
Yeah, it's a dead shell of its former self right now.
Yeah, it's fucking it's like a music producer's wet dream. If they don't want, there's no room for people. It's just
stuff that they call music.
Yeah.
There's good shit everywhere. You just gotta look for it. Like, I get so annoyed when people are like, oh, there's no good comic books. Yeah, because you fucking read the same recycled characters for the last 100 years from like Marvel and DC. Oh, there's no good movies anymore. Because all you ever do is like go to the theater and watch Netflix. Like, look
Addie,
for shit.
Addie.
Find a genre you like and dive into it.
Yeah, Addie, I'm not...
Turn off the fucking radio. Not that top 40 shit is bad automatically. I'm not up my ass. I'm not an elitist. But like, if you complain that everything on the radio sucks, turn the fucking radio off, go to a music store and say, hey, I really like music from this time period that has this kind of sound.
Music stores don't exist anymore.
Incorrect. There are 3 really good mom and pop ones in my town right now. Dark Side Records is one of them. Dark Side Records, Poughkeepsie, New York. Look it up on Yelp or Google or whatever. It's fucking amazing.
Sorry. In New York, music stores still exist.
Maybe not where you're at.
Yep, because it's not New York.
The
Yes.
greatest fucking music store that exists on the planet is in smack dab in the middle of downtown LA. It's called Amoeba Records.
Yeah. And who here is in LA?
You're not that far. Stop crying.
You're
closer than I am. Shut the fuck up.
It would be 6 hours to go see that place.
All I was saying is that
most people don't live in LA or New York.
MySpace made it very easy for me to find independent bands. And not just independent bands around the country, but independent bands that were also in my area. So it's... Yeah, that's all I was saying.
Well, anyway, good music is out there. Find a way to find it. You don't need to rely on a music store. That was just an example I was giving. Good music is out there. Good music is out there. Good movies are out there. Good comics are out there. Good anime is out there. Good whatever you're into, whatever art medium you like, it's there and it's good. You have to find it. And if you're not finding it, because it's not hard at all. It's not difficult at all. I'm not like some like film buff Kino person, just
round it up.
Yeah. Anyway, Nick is going live, so let's.
I wanted you to finish your point. At least.
I was just rambling. Like it's out there to find someone who's into something you're into, be it online or off. Make friends or just start
don't make friends.
You know what's
friends
always
suck.
been good for me? You know what's been great for me? Fucking shit I wouldn't suggest Pandora anymore, but Pandora was great for me the way that I would be like, I like this song. And then it would just be like, since you like that, this band that you've never heard of kind of sounds like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do like that. And you just fall down rabbit holes.
I did the same thing for comedy. Anyways, everybody, thank you for joining us. We're gonna raid the Laughing Scoundrel right now. Join us next week, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye bye. I gotta pee.
Rating now.
Bye.